w'omugagga ate oli mwavu tekibalwanya tuli bannayuganda yadde osula mu katango yokyakasoliwo tokyawansiyo yuwe Uganda ne bwogende Bulaya nowasa omuzungu nze nempasa omusoga tekikukyusa yadde ennyindo yoli mpanvu ate yoli nyimpi temutusosola. We are brothers, etooke n'ekinyebwa lumonde ne kawo yemmere ya kuno njagala nnyo Uganda ndi munna Uganda njagala nnyo Uganda ndi mwana wa kuno ndi mwana wa kuno nasomera wano nze nkolera wano ate ndizikibwa kuno yadde emyala giwunya it's my motherland. I love Uganda. Waliwo olubuga n'ogwa mu kinnya enguudo za kuno eyo ye Uganda. Nze nenkera okukola gw'olinda kunyaga oliba otya naye. Let's work together. Otemula otya omwana yadde tomuzaala oyo omwana wo naye. Let's love the children. Ate oli mwavu tekibalwanya tuli bannayuganda yadde osula mu katango yokyakasoliwo tokyawansiyo yuwe Uganda ne bwogende Bulaya nowasa omuzungu nze nempasa omusoga tekikukyusa yadde ennyindo yoli mpanvu.
Uganda, also known as the Republic of Uganda. The capital city is called Kampala, which is located in the southern region of the country. A landlocked country situated in the continent of Africa in the east, or sometimes referred to as East Central. The people of Uganda are referred to as Ugandan. This term could apply to one's place of birth, nationality, descendant, and naturalization. The official languages spoken in Uganda is English, Swahili, and Luganda. The country adheres to the Eastern Africa time all year round and does not use daylight saving. Uganda is one of the world's few countries that lies directly on the equator. The country has a warm tropical climate and a wet climate with 2 dry seasons throughout the year, December to February, June to August. The climate in northeast Uganda is semi-arid. The temperature ranges from 25 to 29 degrees Celsius, 77 to 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Uganda is bordered by South Sudan to the north side of its border, Kenya to the east side of its border, Tanzania to the south side of its border, Rwanda to the southwest side of its border. Democratic Republic of the Congo to the west side of its border. Uganda is situated in the Great Lakes Basin and encompasses a diverse range of ecosystems, including the Rwenzori and Imatong Mountains, the volcanic Virunga Mountains and Mount Elgon, tropical rainforests, rift valleys, savannas, and countless lakes, rivers, and waterfalls. Some of Uganda's lakes include Lake Victoria is Africa's largest lake and is situated in Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. It is said to be the source of the River Nile. Uganda is home to 45% of Lake Victoria. Lake Victoria contains numerous islands, including Seas Island and Ngamba Island. Lake Albert is located on the Uganda-DRC border. It is Uganda's second largest lake and Africa's seventh largest. Lakes Edward and Lake George are located in the Rift Valley of southwestern Uganda. It is located on the border between Uganda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Both of these lakes are rifts. The Kazinga Channel connects Lake Edward and Lake George. Lake Edward is the smallest of the African Great Lakes. A portion of the lake is located in Queen Elizabeth National Park. Lake George is a smaller, shallower lake than Lake Edward. Lake Mbero is located in western Uganda, between Bwindi Impenetrable National Park and Entebbe. Lake Mutanda is a small freshwater lake in Uganda's far southwest. Lake Bunyonyi, located in southwestern Uganda, is one of Africa's deepest lakes. Lake Kiga is a part of the African Great Lakes system and is located in central Uganda. On its way from Lake Victoria to Lake Albert, the Victoria Nile passes through Lake Kiga. The Ndali Kasienda crater lakes are thought to be the result of volcanic activity in southwest Uganda 100,000 years ago. Uganda has a plethora of rivers. Among the rivers are River Nile, also known as the Nile River, is Africa's longest river and the world's second longest river. The origin of the source is hotly debated. It is recognized in Uganda and by many throughout the world as beginning from Lake Victoria in Ginger, eastern Uganda. Then the water flows to the Mediterranean Sea, passing through several countries. The Akwa River is a major river in northeastern Uganda that flows northwest into South Sudan and is known as the Aswe River. The Semliki River divides Uganda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The Katanga River is Uganda's longest river that runs entirely through the country. The Kafu River is the second longest river, which flows within Uganda. The Sezibwe River is Uganda's third longest river that runs entirely within its borders. The White Nile River flows through 6 different countries, which is Uganda, Sudan, South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Rwanda, and Tanzania. The source of the White Nile is the Nyabarongo River in Rwanda. To name a few, waterfalls abound in Uganda. Murchison Waterfalls, also known as Kabaliga Falls, is one of their most famous waterfalls. It is situated on the Victoria Nile between Lake Kiga and Lake Albert. It is also the largest waterfall in Africa in terms of water volume. Uganda has 60 protected areas, including 10 national parks, Bwindi Impenetrable National Park, Rwenzori Mountains National Park, Kibale National Park, Kidepo Valley National Park, Lake Mbero National Park, Ngahinga Gorilla National Park, Mount Elgon National Park, Murchison Falls National Park, Queen Elizabeth National Park, and Semuliki National Park. Uganda is home to a wide variety of animals. Mountain gorillas, chimpanzees, antelope, green monkeys, hippos, African bush elephants, African lions, cheetahs, porcupines, Nile crocodiles, giraffes, crested crane, southern white rhinoceros, spotted hyenas, baboons, flamingos, are just a few of these animals. Among Uganda's many diverse species, the crested crane, also known as the gray-crowned crane, was chosen as the country's national animal due to its beauty and elegance. It is prominently displayed on the Ugandan flag. There are numerous archaeological sites in Uganda, which include caves, unique rocks, fossil discoveries, prehistoric artifacts dating back to the late Stone and Iron Ages, and earthworks. Some of which include Karamoja Rock, Bujagali Caves, Bigobiamugianai, Garama Caves, and Narrow Rock paintings. Palaces and tombs are among the many traditional sites with a long history. These are some of them: Kajubi Royal Tombs, Mburo Royal Tombs, Bulange Mengo, Kabeka's Palace. Uganda's official motto is, "For God and my country." The motto reflects the aspirations, goals, and objectives of Uganda as a God-fearing nation and places their faith in God with high regard. The national anthem is called O Uganda, Land of Beauty, which was composed by George Wilberforce Karkoma. The name Uganda derives from the Kingdom of Buganda. Prior to Uganda forming, the people in this region were reportedly hunter-gatherers. Bantu-speaking population migrated to the southern parts of the country, establishing the Buganda Kingdom. After the disintegration of the Empire of Kidira, the Kingdom of Bunyoro was established. Thereafter other kingdoms such as Toro, Ankali, and Buzaga were formed. Nilotic Luo people migrated to the northern parts of the country and also the area of Bunyoro. Some Luo people assimilated and intermixed with the Bantu society, establishing the Bobiato dynasty of Bunyoro Kidira. In 1890 the British signed a treaty with the Kingdom of Buganda establishing protectorate rule over their region. This extended beyond the borders of Buganda territorially, with treaties formed with the other kingdoms to an area that roughly corresponds to that of present-day Uganda. The British rule over the region of Uganda went from protectorate to colonization. In the 1890s, South Asians from India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh migrated to Uganda in search of opportunities. Many were recruited by the British India Company to build major railway and infrastructure projects. Upon completion, some returned home, but many stayed for over a century and began to identify as Ugandan Asians. A number made up a large proportion of Uganda's economic backbone, being at the forefront of business and other sectors. They owned a large percentage of businesses, ranches, farms, and agricultural estates, cars, homes, household goods, and accounted for a large proportion of the country's tax revenue. This sparked racial tensions which spread to protests and violence. On October 9, 1962, Uganda obtained formal independence from Britain and became the Republic of Uganda in the Commonwealth. This Day of Independence has become an annual national holiday in Uganda, which is commemorated by those with Ugandan heritage and a love for the country's culture. The British monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, remained head of state as Queen of Uganda until October 1963. On the 9th of October 1963 to the 2nd of March 1966, Edward Mutesa II, also known as the 35th Kabaka of the Kingdom of Buganda, became the first president of Uganda. On the 2nd of March 1966 to the 15th of April 1966, Milton Obote governed Uganda as the Prime Minister. Then from the 15th of April 1966 to 25th of January 1971, Obote served as the second president of Uganda. On the 25th of January 1971 to the 11th of April 1979, Idi Amin ruled as Uganda's third president, overthrowing former President Milton Obote and the government. In 1972, during Idi Amin's presidency, he ordered the expulsion of Ugandan Asians and displaced thousands from what they called home. They were given 90 days to leave the country. Amin's decrees drew immediate worldwide condemnation. He defended the expulsion by stating he was returning Uganda to the ethnic Ugandans. They were scattered around the world and were permitted to resettle in the UK, Canada, USA, India, Kenya, Germany, Australia, New Zealand to name a few. Noticeable changes were observed after their expulsion in the way Uganda has been maintained over time. After Idi Amin was ousted from the government, a number of Uganda Asians have returned back but not in great numbers. Although the expulsion led to the majority becoming displaced, there were a small number that managed to remain within the country. It is regarded by some sources that this was due to them identifying themselves as Ugandan Asian. On the 13th of June 1979 to the 20th of June 1979, Yusuf Lule became the fourth president of Uganda. On the 20th of June 1979 to the 12th of May 1980, Godfrey Binaza is appointed as the fifth president of Uganda. On the 12th of May 1980 to the 22nd of May 1980, Paulo Muwanga briefly served as the sixth president of Uganda. Between the 22nd of May 1980 to the 15th of December 1980, the Presidential Commission of Uganda governed the country, and this comprised of leaders and members of the interim government running Uganda. On the 17th of December 1970 to the 27th of July 1985, Milton Obote took office again for the second term as President of Uganda. He was later overthrown by his own army commanders, Brigadier Basilio Olora Okello and General Tito Okello. On the 27th of July 1985 to the 29th of July 1985, General Basilio Olora Okello became the seventh president of Uganda. He ran for 2 days and then resigned. On the 29th of July 1985 to the 26th of January 1986, General Tito Okello became the eighth president of Uganda. From the 26th of January 1986 to this present day, Yoweri Museveni is the ninth president of Uganda. He ranks worldwide as the sixth longest-serving president governing Uganda for over 30 years. As of June 21, 2021, Uganda's current vice president is Jessica Alupo, and Uganda's current prime minister is Robin Onabanja. President Museveni enacted a law in 2017 abolishing the presidential age limit of 75, allowing him to run for president again. This sparked outrage in the parliament and amongst some public protesters. Each election, President Museveni has faced off against a number of opponents, including longtime opposition leader Kizza Besigye and Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, best known by his stage as Bobi Wine. President Museveni was re-elected for a sixth term on January 14, 2021, with allegedly 58.64% of the vote. Many Ugandans and opposition leaders have contested his election, claiming that the votes were rigged. The Ugandan government recognizes several traditional kingdoms and cultural institutions. This is further enshrined in the 2011 Traditional or Cultural Leaders Association Act. The king, chiefdom, leader, or ruler of a specific region of Uganda works with the president and government to keep the country stable. The president and government have recognized the following individuals. Ronald Muwenda Mutabitu is the current Kabaka, king, of Buganda, a constitutional kingdom in modern-day Uganda. In the Buganda kingdom, he is the 36th Kabaka. The chiefdom of Kui has merged with the Buganda kingdom. The royal line still continues to this day as a subnational chiefdom, which is currently led by Kamuzwega Apollo Sansa Kabumbili II. HRH Nadiop William Gabula IV is the reigning Kayabazinga of Buzaga, a constitutional kingdom in modern-day Uganda. Rukadai IV, King Oyo, is the reigning Omukama of Toro, in Uganda. Omukama of Bunyoro is ruled by the king, Omukama, of Bunyoro Kidara. The current ruler is Solomon Iguruai, the 27th Omukama. Paramount Chief, Roat David Wunan Akinatu is the ruler of Achali. The current Alur king is Roath Philip Rani Olarkar. Musi Usamodur Ebi is the paramount chief of Lango. Emarimer Augustine Asuban is the paramount chief of Tizo. Moses Stephen Auer is the king of the Adhola. Janamram Wagabi Alire is the cultural leader king of Bizigu. Charles Wesley Mumbari, known by his royal title Irma Ngoma I, is the king of Rwenzurura, a subnational kingdom within Uganda. Mwaj Sibutamanya is the chiefdom of Buruulai. Uganda is commonly known worldwide as the Pearl of Africa. This slogan was championed by Winston Churchill in his well-known book called My African Journey, which was published in 1908. The official currency is the Ugandan shilling. The earliest forms of currencies used in Uganda were Kaura shells, Indian rupee, and East African rupee. Uganda is a member of the Commonwealth of Nations, East Africa Community, Intergovernmental Authority on Development, the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, the African Union, Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, Non-Aligned Movement, United Nations, World Trade Organization, to name a few. The country has one of the world's youngest populations. According to the latest data from the United Nations, the current population of Uganda, as of September 2021, is over 47 million. Uganda has a diverse population, which includes people widely distinguished by their ethno-linguistic group, and other groups of people identified by their racial classification. The country's population is mostly Black Africans, and as a minority there are Europeans, Asians, Arabs, and many others. The ethno-linguistic groups of Uganda consist of Bantu, which is a part of the Niger-Congo language family. Nilotics, which are a part of the Nilo-Saharan language family. Nilo-Hamites, which is grouped as a part of the Nilo-Saharan language family. But the people are a blend of two different ethno-linguistic groups, Nilo-Saharan and Afro-Asiatic. East Central Sudanic, which is a part of the Nilo-Saharan language family, but are Nilo-Hamites. Twa Pygmies, which are a part of the Niger-Congo language family. These classifications may vary depending on the sources of literature. Uganda is a multi-religious country. The most widely practiced religion is Christianity. The rest of the population is either religiously affiliated with Islam, traditional beliefs, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, interfaith, Baha'i faith, or has no religious affiliation at all. The majority of the population live in rural areas and make a living from agriculture and farming. Uganda is divided into 4 administrative regions: the Central Region, also known as the Buganda Region, the Northern Region, the Eastern Region, and the Western Region. These regions are further subdivided into districts. These districts contain municipalities known as cities, boroughs, or towns, as well as counties, constituency, sub-counties, or town councils, parishes or wards, and villages. There is only one city that serves as the nation's capital. Uganda has numerous cities. As indicated in the World Population Review as of 2021, in each of the administrative regions, Kampala has the highest population in the whole country and southern region, followed by Gulu in the northern region, Mbarara in the western region, Jinja in the eastern region, and so on. The transport system in Uganda consists of three major modes of transport, which includes land, air, and water networks. Land networks is the most dominant mode of transport in Uganda and comprises of walking. Over 90% of Ugandans get around by foot every day. Cycling. In rural areas, this means of transportation is steadily growing. Vehicle. Only around half of Uganda's population owns a car. On the other hand, public transportation is regularly employed to link people to different parts of Uganda. Lorries, vans, and trucks are also used to move exports and imports throughout the country. Driving on the left side of the road is permitted under Ugandan law. The majority of cars are right-hand drive with manual transmissions. Rental car. There are several venues where you can rent a car. A number of tourists have employed this means of transportation whilst touring Uganda. Matatu. Matatu, commonly known as taxi, is one of Uganda's most popular modes of public transportation for short-distance travel. Matatus are certified to transport 14 passengers, although this number exceeds. Boda boda. Another popular but risky mode of public transportation in Uganda is the boda boda, also known as a motorcycle. When traveling short distances, boda boda is a cost-effective and a comfortable option. But long distances it is extremely uncomfortable. Buses and coaches. Uganda has an extensive bus and coach network which covers long-distance travel within Uganda and some neighboring countries. Shuttles. Uganda operates a shuttle service between Kampala, Entebbe, and Jinja called Pineapple Express shuttles. Pickups and drop-offs at the airport are also available. Uganda has a Kampala sightseeing bus that provides a deluxe city tour. A knowledgeable tour guide is on board, providing a wealth of information about the city and its history. This sightseeing bus is unique in that it is the capital's only double-decker bus. There are 2 daily trips, one departing at 9 a.m. and lasting approximately 4 hours and the other departing at 2 p.m. Rail. Rail is Uganda's least used mode of public transportation. Following independence, the development and maintenance of rail networks fell into disrepair. East Africa Railways was taken over by the Uganda Railways Corporation in 1977. It operates 2 train lines in Uganda, one from Kampala to Port Bell on Murchison Bay on Lake Victoria, and the other from Kampala to Tororo on the Kenyan border. Air networks are an important means of transport in Uganda. This form of travel brings international flights from around the world and domestic flights from other parts of Uganda. Uganda is home to more than 30 airports. The most well-known airports are those that offer scheduled flights and have paved runways. Entebbe International Airport is Uganda's only international airport and the main entry and exit point for passengers and cargo. This airport is located southwest of Entebbe and is approximately 25 miles from the capital. There are over 21 airlines flying to and from Uganda, some of which include Air Canada, Air Kenya Express, Air Tanzania, Ameriflight, Brussels Airlines, Delta, Egyptair, Emirates, Ethiopian Airlines, Fly Dubai, Kenya Airways, KLM, Malaysia Airlines, Qatar Airways, Turkish Airlines, Uganda Airlines, United Airlines. British Airways previously operated direct flights to and from Entebbe. However, as of October 3, 2015, This was no longer commercially viable. Uganda Airlines is the country's flag carrier airline. A newly developed version of Uganda Airlines aims to provide direct flights to and from Uganda to a broader range of countries around the world. Currently there are many airports in Uganda that are under construction. The aim is to elevate the standards of their airports to be considered as another hub for incoming international and domestic travelers. Additionally, Uganda is building a brand new airport called Kigali International Airport. After completion, it is set to be Uganda's second international airport. Water networks are another mode of transportation used in Uganda to travel from one part of the country to neighboring countries and other islands. It is yet another method of importing and exporting goods. Boats run frequently between Entebbe and the Seas Islands on Lake Victoria. A number of tour companies offer cruises down the Niles and lakes in Uganda. Uganda's main exports are gold, copper, crude oil, coffee, fish, tea, tobacco, cotton, corn, beans, sesame. Uganda's national dish is matoke, a green cooked banana. Matoke can be mashed, boiled with or without a sauce. Ugandan cuisines are a fusion of traditional and modern dishes with English, Italian, Arabian, and Indian influences incorporated into their main dishes with a touch of seasonings and ingredients added. The food is typically not spicy. Meals generally consists of some type of carbohydrate or starch such as cassava, potatoes, sweet potatoes, yams, rice, ugali, also known as posho or kwan, a type of cornmeal, millet flour, or other types of flour cooked with boiling water or milk until a firm dough. The carbohydrate or starch is served with vegetables and meat such as grilled or stewed beef, chicken, pork, fish, and mutton. A ground nut, also known
Juvenal is not as calm as he looks. The last time he crossed the old bridge, it was close to collapsing. These mechanics are in for a nasty surprise.
Non, c'est le bras qui vient de se casser. Vous avez ici.
There is a solution, but it comes at a price. Some villagers have dug out an alternative route, but after 5 days on the road, Juvenal is not in the mood to negotiate.
Tuko tunaenda tutamwachia nini frank tumwangie majiwe ona mwile manane mabuske kule
neno liza okay bonyo walipana engagement ya kazi yao
bonyo wanapaswa sasa hivi chunga bora sasa wakasema hivi
jive ta gari maga atuna taille front d'empathie amwe ba sense.
Annoyed, the truck drivers take the detour by force. 30,000 Congolese francs, around £16 for right-of-way, is far too expensive and would result in even less money shared between the team. However, if the truck gets stuck, no villager will come to help them, unless they cough up the cash. Juvenal largely relies on his 8-wheel drive truck, but for once, strength doesn't lie in numbers.
Mie sione, haifike kupine ingio tie kupine kamio haitenda fasi. Ndio kisitu tunapandaka hapa vile banakaushia kamio ili hapa iko napanda polepole nikiwa iterese. Ndio kisitu tunapanda tu hapa hapo kaushia vile nenda nasogea polepole wanapanda.
The villagers are miffed, while the mechanics applaud their drivers' skills.
Ndio maana tunaelekea mbele, barabara letu inakufa, kilalo hatuna, make siyue barabara iko hai.
In Congo, there is a proverb that says, "He who does not travel does not know the value of men." And in South Kivu, practically all travellers are heroes. It takes courage to traverse the roads of this region that has been abandoned by the government. To get by, you need to know how to build bridges in a matter of hours. Towns are almost completely cut off from the outside world. Bringing them supplies is an endless journey. Even old army trucks can't reach them.
Tuacha gari ya kutoka gari gisi ya gari kutoke pale.
Each mile is like a never-ending saga.
Le Congo, ce n'est pas un pays à vivre. C'est mieux de quitter ce pays. Ça, c'est un pays à souffrir. Même les enfants souffrent.
In Congo, System D, in other words, being resourceful, is king. While on the face of it, poverty is widespread, the subsoil of South Kivu is bursting with precious minerals for the industry, like coltan and cobalt. An ecological crisis. The Ulindi River is being contaminated for a few grams of gold, although this does not stay in the miners' pockets for long.
Ils ont été pillés par les milices là, par 2 reprises.
By motorbike, by bicycle, in front of the wheel or flying a plane, the 6 million Congolese in the Kivu region fight a daily battle, refusing to ever give in. Juvenal's old German military truck is having a hard time. It's struggling to transport 2,000 litres of petrol. Juvenal is delivering this to Shabunda, the most isolated town in South Kivu. This title will not be taken over any time soon. The road is a truck killer.
Bon, nakia kutana diske inaisha, diske d'embrayage yetu inaisha, camion na platine tena. Ya mu 1978 ndio année de fabrication ya camion. Depuis 1978 ndio camion ko en marche déjà.
This is the 10th breakdown they've dealt with since setting off. They're only a few miles from Shabunda, so the mechanics want to return on foot. Juvenal tries to convince them to stay.
Njona mimi kwanza kwenye idea yangu. Mbo, niko sai na idea kusema tunasema diske na katala. C'est vile. Après diske kukatala. Mbo, kama tuseme tunalomba diski ishuke Shabunda.
It's going to take lots of morale. All they have is a few adjustable spanners and their own muscles to move parts weighing more than 100 kilograms.
Yes, okay, tugenda baso katandike filimu yaffe atenete itandika butandisa okuva mu Sedisha Film Production wamu ne banafa ba Blaze Films. Entandikwa Kibirige Mustafa, entandikwa filimu egenda maaso tandisa ekitundu kyaffe ekyokuna ekyakaligi ate nga namujjombi prosi nga ne kusukuleni kwalinyo ekyali ntandikwa tugenda maaso. Tolina kusubwa Mutebi Farouk mu filimu etandika ate nga ne Kasire John Bosco twamulaba bulungi nnyo mu kitundu ekyokusatu katwaga tumanye ku mulundi guno mu kitundu ekyokuna Ludaja Bigwera.